Hello, this is Silly1 making a new video review, this time the Evangelion Evolution Evangelion Prototype Unit 00 from Revoltech, the third release in the Evangelion Evolution series. It features, like every other Evangelion Evolution, a swinging cover. I have already taken out the picture, and a lot of photographs illustrating how you can use your figure and pose it. Like every other Revoltech, it came with its standard Revoltech base with two Revoltech joints and a lot of publicity. Of course, I had this one, or one that was a lot like in the Evangelion Unit 02 from the Evolution series. It also came with publicity of the Evangelion Evolution series. We can see here that there is already an official cover for EVA Unit 3, there is none for Unit 5, and there is a picture of the Mark 6 prototype. I do not make out any date or any number for a date between this text, so I guess that means that there is still no official release date for that figure. So I had already started this review, but for some reason the files got corrupted and I had to start again. The figure had this little barbed wire on the back. I undid it already, and well, here it is, the figure. So let's start the review. The figure, like its predecessors, have the same type of articulation. There is an articulation at the top of the neck and at the bottom of it. There is an articulation on the shoulder, a little one here that helps move the pylon. One in the elbow and one on the wrist. You can, like usual, take out the hand to place a new one. So besides that, there is one articulation at the top of the body and one at the bottom. Like in Unit 2, this part is made of soft rubber. There is the umbilical cord entrance and the new hip system that allows the EVAs to do complete splits and to raise their legs like this. There is a knee articulation, one in the ankle, and the toe articulation that allows the EVA to bend its feet like this. I'm not going to get a lot into details about the articulation. I have described it many times. As for the figure sculpt, it shows to be a little more detailed than the last head sculpt of Unit 0. The main difference is that this time Revoltech took another page out of the Robot Damacy book and placed a clear red plastic in the eye of the EVA. You can see it on the video. It requires a lot of light to see it actually shine a bit. The green eye, however, it's painted on the plastic, so there's not much to see on it. There is a little paint error here and on the white part of the pylons, but well, that is pretty much standard now. As long as I don't get a differently colored Unit 0, then I am fine with that. So, the extras that come with the figure, starting with the standard umbilical cable for all the EVAs, the 10-point Revol chip, which we already know serves no purpose on this part of the world. And the difference between this and Robot Damacy is that Robot Damacy had to include a full new arm and another leg with the EVA to make the damaged limbs. We can see here that they have these bandages on. The bandages do not have the glossy finish that the rest of the figure had. And unlike Robot Damacy, Revoltech only included the upper part of the leg, the tight bandage. Robot Damacy had to include the whole leg because they cannot take the figures apart the same way Revoltech does. Now, there are these two dirt smashing effects that are a recurring appearance on many Revoltech figures. You can place them on the feet of the Eva while to simulate its running. And finally, the main part of the set, which is the Ceruel base. You can see it has this little Revoltech joint on top of its core. It has a lot of details on the face, a few paint smudges here, and this, well, when compared to the Satchel base that was found on the Evangelion Unit 1, this one really lacks something to make it special. We know that the Satchel base had a little LED inside the core that could light up. The most thing that you can do with this base is place this 80 field like thing in here, and then pose it with the Eva, trying to smash it with its large scale N2 missile. This was not included with the last release of Eva Unit 00. It was included only with the Robot Damashi figure. It's very nicely detailed. I think they put all the effort on the missile instead of the figure. There are no paint errors, no smudges, no anything. It has even this very tiny printing under the N2 that reads nitrogen. I think it reads so, it's pretty small. Yes, it reads nitrogen. For some reason the box says check, pointing here and here, but I don't see this thing can be disassembled or spin or spawn or however you conjugate that. The thing is, I'm not going to investigate, I don't want to break it. It has these two little pegs to aid the figure place its hands on it. Like this. This creates a more realistic setting for the figure because it can go carrying it like this. I think the missile is pretty well detailed, including the wings on the back and the exhaust thingies here. There are the exact number of lines here, this one that crosses around. I think this is pretty much the only reason you will like this figure, and because this one is a cheaper version of the Robot Damashi. So about the hands, the Eva Unit 00 comes with 14 hands. They're not different, so they're about 7 pairs of hands. It comes with its grasping hands, the karate chop hands, the progressive knife holding hands, interestingly, open palm hands, rifle holding hands, the other one is on the Eva, closed fists, and I guess normal hands. The Eva comes with 14 hands, unlike Eva Unit 2, which only has 12. The only ones that are new are the ones that are needed to hold properly the missile. Now, about the extra links, there is not much science about how you change them if you have other Revoltechs. Just take them out. If you have Rebel players, they come in handy. Just pull out the articulation and the hand. Find the proper arm, which is not very hard. They have written on the inside R or L to tell you if they are the right or the left arm, obviously. Just place the articulations again, and here we are. Damaged Unit 00. The tight, on the other hand, is differently placed. First you have to take out the Eva, making sure that the articulation stays on the left, otherwise it's going to be a little bit more difficult to insert it back. So you place it here, you make sure that the articulation bends to the outside of the leg. You place it in position and slide it carefully. The articulation goes on the top hole. You are going to see a black one here, but that one is actually the hip. This one goes straight like this, and the other one will enter naturally like this. You have to be very careful, you don't want to break it, but well, it doesn't take much time to get used to it. You just replace it with the knee, And here we have a convalescenting Unit 00. That is actually my cell phone. Interesting. Now, the only weapon that comes with the EVA is its missile, so you need the right type of hand to use it. First, you are going to need one that has the palms as open as possible in order to... Oh, well, I guess that the robot players won't do with these little ones. I recommend you to be careful. There are no spares for these little ones yet, and I don't see Kayota making for any spares in a short time. So you just insert it on the peg, this, move the arm a little, and place the other one on the peg too. Then this, and here you go. Almost. Well, it was a lot more easier last time. I'm just going to use it like this, okay? You place it on the peg, and the other one goes on top like... Oh, this one is not the right hand. There is one that has its palm more open. This one are the best ones for using the missile, because they won't get on the way with the fingers won't get on the way when you pose them. And here we go. It's interesting to note that the hand seems to be grasping the missile and not just being there. Anyhow, the Ceruel, on the other hand, it's meant to be on a Revoltech base like this. I need one, wait a minute. You are supposed to have it like this, on a base. And the EVA is going to, supposedly, well, it's not going to, you are going to make it do it. Smash the missile on this, creating the effect of the 80 field breaking scene. Of course, this Ceruel, many people have stated, it's not on scale with the EVA. This one is supposed to be a lot bigger, the Ceruel bust. I think it serves its purpose, at least as a filling. Now, will I buy this figure? Since I'm a Revoltech fan, I think my answer would be yes. I would recommend you, if you want to collect the whole Evangelion Evolution set, or if you missed the Robot Damacy version of this figure, which is, I must say, quite expensive nowadays. It has nice articulations, nice details, and the things that they ripped off the Robot Damacy, like the missile and the clear eye, certainly stand out by themselves. Well, I think this is it. There's not much to say about this one. It doesn't come with as many accessories as Unit 1 or Unit 2. I'll be reviewing Unit 3 once I get it in a couple of months. This was Silly 1, or RL, depending from where you know me, making a video review, the Revoltech Evangelion Evolution series, EVA Unit 00, series number 104 in the Revoltech Yamaguchi line. Thanks for watching. Visit my blog, evaposters.blogspot.com.